Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. Today I am talking about my Dual Toxocyst build that I use. Now, it's a very amazing weapon, to be honest, to be frank, really. Of course, that is after Incarnon, so we'll go over the Incarnons first. First evolution just gives it the Incarnon form. Second one, went with the increased base damage by plus 60, plus 33% direct damage per status type affecting the target, which will help in later when I get to talking about that. Increased base damage by plus 50 on ability cast, plus 5% multi-shot, stacks up to 20 times. That could be really good if you're using it with a warframe that you spam abilities, like Dante per se. But as just a general basis, the Carnage Rain tends to work out better for me. And then Evolution 3, I went with the on reload from empty plus 100 reload speed, because it doesn't really have the greatest reload speed, and more time spent reloading, the less time you're shooting. Pretty simple, right? Plus 50% magazine reloaded a second when holstered. Doesn't really matter to me if this is going to be the weapon I'm using the most in the run. I'm not going to holster it, right? So that's not going to do anything. And recoil, it really doesn't have bad recoil at all, so not really any point in that. And then for the final evolution, I went with plus on kill, plus 3 punch through for 7 seconds. Ridiculous, right? So you also got the on headshot plus 70% toxin for 3 seconds. This could be good, but to be honest, I'm not the best at aiming, so I missed most of my headshots, right? And then increased base crit chance by plus 20%. I have a different build for this. I will show in a different video, but as for right now, the Ripper rounds is going to be a lot better just for me going for the status build that I'm using, so I will show that. Let's get to the actual build, right? And as you can see, starting off, you got Galvanized Diffusion. It's just, if you're not going for the Acuity mods, Galvanized Diffusion's on just about everything, right? Multi-shot is always a plus. Accelerated Isotope for increased fire rate. It does have kind of slow fire rate to start with, so need that. Plus Scorch for heat and status, and then Frostbite for cold and status gives us Blast. Blast is an amazing proc, so got the Blast and then plus 120% status, so good there. Lethal Torrent for increased fire rate and multi-shot, and then Stunning Speed for reload speed and status chance, again just increasing that status. Getting it faster fire, and then Galvanized Shot, since we'll be adding a bunch of status procs, this is going to help us a lot. Added to the Incarnon route that gives us really good damage, as you'll see in a minute, and then Pistol Elementalist for status damage and reload speed. The status damage, we're going to be applying a lot of status procs, and those status procs are going to hit like a truck. As for my Arcane, I went with Cascadia Empowered, which mine's only rank 1, so it's on status effect, deals plus 350 damage, matching this damage type of the status effect. I will show you just how crazy this gets. So we got these guys simulated, right? I'll come up here, activate Roar. You're going to have that in just about every lobby and public lobby, so we're going to get a couple headshots here. Get in Incarnate mode, and see it. The Dual Toxocyst is ridiculously strong. Go to another, let's say the Grenier one. so dies from status. You don't have to, like, basically with the Dual Toxocyst, you don't have to get headshots. You're applying status, right? I can show in another video. I'll show you the crit one, or hybrid, I guess. It's crit and status. It relies more on headshots. But as for this one, status is just ridiculously strong. Does not matter like what group you're going against, like who you're fighting. Let's simulate these guys real quick. You'll see. Headshot there. Roar. And don't forget, the status priming from my Duriga is also increasing damage for the Dual Toxocyst, giving it more damage, which increases in turn kills. Dual Toxocyst is one of the most broken sidearms in the game. Does not matter what level you are running against, what faction, nothing. It just shreds. Right, so if you get a Riven, right, it's Riven disposition of 5, which is ridiculous. My current one is more multi-shot and damage. It's got puncture on there too. I would recommend like more status chance, right? You know, try and get like a minus zoom. But then we'll put this on. Oh, I gotta simulate. Let's go with the European battle group this time, right? So we look at this. Then we get headshots. You don't really need aim. More damage, more multi-shot status. Works amazing. You could also switch that out for if you don't run Roar or whatever, or you run Nourish, right? Switch it out for a faction mod for whoever you're going against. Can't help, but that's how I have it now. If say you're not running Rev or really tanky frame, right? I would recommend running your secondary fortifier if you can, because this is one of those weapons where you don't per se need more damage. It's dealing a bunch of damage already, so you can run this just to help you with more survivability and get rid of the overguard easier. Because remember, it does, with my rank 3, it's at ×6 extra damage to overguard. So get the extra damage to overguard, and you don't have as much trouble getting rid of them. So I would recommend trying this weapon out. If it comes across in circuit, make sure you get it. This is an amazing weapon. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Bye.